the biggest thing I've heard him say, well, he drops so many gems, so many. One of the biggest ones lately that he has dropped on me, your dreams are not big enough. Dream bigger. Bigger. So I was like, oh my God, I got more to do.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted. And I am so excited to be here today to welcome an amazing woman to Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted. And that is none other than Terri J. Vaughn.
Oh, I love that. That was just a beautiful delivery. It felt angelic.
And you know what, Terri? I have to tell you, that's the whole purpose of Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted. It's for us to be here just to love on one another and have some bold conversations, to smile at each other when we need to smile, to cry whenever we need to cry. And that's why I'm so excited about what's happening in this season. And I am excited for your yes. And I am going to go ahead and jump right in. You played so many unforgettable roles. What does Terri J. Vaughn love about who she is off camera right now?
I love that I strive to be authentic in every space that I walk in. I really try to never walk in with the mask on that we sometimes have been told, or that we grow up hearing, that, you put on your mask, you act this way when you go into this space. I'm just like really at a place where, you know what, forget the mask. I just want to show up authentically as I am and unapologetically, not try to fit in to a space that I'm walking into. Let the space adjust for me. That's kind of where I am, and I love that right now. It took me a long time to get there, and I love that about me.
And Terri, I can see that. I mean, I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. I think about just the embrace that we had when you walked in on set. I could feel the energy of Terri Vaughn knows exactly who she is and the promises that were made to her in this season in her life, and that she is going after them boldly, fiercely, and unapologetically.
Now, we're going to need some tissue on this show, Miss
Let's
Cheryl.
get us some
I don't
tissue.
even know why we playing these games.
I know. Let's get us some tissue. And you know what? That's what I love about this podcast.
Yeah.
Because we can feel what we need to feel. And the reason that I want to say that is because of exactly what you just said. We don't have to wear a mask here, not at Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted, because we've been scripted so much of our lives to be who other people wanted us to be. And this was a part of me having the safe space where we could be everything we needed to be in the moment. And we don't have to be concerned about it, because I know right now somebody who is listening to us, Terri, and looking at you right now, they too had to go and get tissue as soon as they heard what you said, because you released some people from a few things that they have been carrying.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what is something about you that people would never guess after all these years in the spotlight?
Something that people... I'm very frugal. I don't know.
Look, Terri, say that again.
I am very frugal. Very. Sometimes to a fault. So I am learning. I'm actually one of the things I am learning in this season is to live in abundance, live, not in scarcity. So that's one of the things that I'm working on. And something else. It was something else that popped in my head when you said something that people wouldn't. Oh, it was something fun and silly that I know rappers delight from beginning to end, the long version, the 15-minute song of it.
Well, look, now you know what's going to happen at the end.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
We're going to end with some rappers delight. You better know it.
Oh gosh!
And I
shouldn't
have to
said
tell
that.
you, speaking of delight.
Yes.
Speaking of delight, let's talk about She the People.
Yes.
What drew you to this character, and what's the biggest aha you had stepping into her shoes?
So this is very interesting. So the biggest aha, I'll start with that, was that I thought of something in my mind and it is now in fruition and we are now living in it. So the character, She the People, this show was created by me. It was inspired by my friend London Breed, who became the first Black female mayor of San Francisco. I grew up in San Francisco. London's story of her upbringing, her family upbringing, and how she is now she currently is not, but she was the mayor of San Francisco for many years, and just watching her very humble beginnings,
Yes.
very colorful, for lack of better words, hood family, and watching her come up in the ranks of politics the way she did, and all the stuff that she had to go through once she did become the mayor, all the pushback, all the things. I was like, that is her life is very interesting. And I know there's like some great stories that we can tell from a woman that grew up in the hood and is now the mayor of one of the richest cities in our nation. I was inspired by her. And so the character came from that, and all the pieces kind of came together through the development of the show and the development of the character, Antoinette Dunkerson, that I came up with, and I actually named the characters after people that I know that I grew up with in my old neighborhood. I'm always giving homage to my home, growing up in Hunters Point, up in San Francisco. I always just try to bring it in. My mother is named on the show is named after my grandmother, Cleo. So I'm always trying to surround myself by the energy of who I am. And so it was very purposeful, this character, the storytelling. Now, what's divine, that God, the timing, that's all God.
Absolutely.
Because this is a show that I've had for about 6 years.
Cheers.
And have been trying to sell it. And I just kept getting no's through the years that people didn't want to do political, didn't want to touch a political show. And I'm like, but it's a comedy, it's fun, it's Veep, it's, and I kept getting no. And finally, during the strike in 2023, when the whole industry was on strike and all my jobs went away, I was like, okay, I got to do something. So I picked the show back up, called my writing friend, Naya Palmer, who had started developing the show with me years ago. And I was like, what do you think about if we shoot a proof of concept while we're all on strike? And we shoot like a 15-minute proof of concept. So when the strike is over, we'll show people what we're talking about instead of pitching and getting these no's. So that's what we did. She wrote a little 15-page proof of concept. I knew I wanted to pack the project so that people could not say no.
Exactly.
So knowing the political space and then with the topics that we wanted to address, I called Keisha Lance Bottoms, asked if she would be interested in joining me to produce this, knowing that her name would add some legitimacy to the content. And she said yes. She loved the idea. She said yes. And I was afraid. All these steps, I was scared. I was scared to call Keisha. I was like, I don't really talk to her like that or that often. It's been years. I'm like, and God was like, call call. So it's like, it's up to us. We can move or we cannot move. So I forced myself. I made that call. And she was like, yeah, I'll meet you for breakfast. Met her, told her the show. She loved it. She said yes. I was like, whoa, you said yes? like, yes. Like, this is the first, like, yes I'm getting for this show. So she joined us. She was very helpful in getting the funds for us to shoot the proof of concept. So we shot it with an amazing group of filmmakers here in Atlanta who are my friends and just wanted to join the party to help me get my own show. And so we shot it. It came out exactly like I wanted it to be. And because I was like, if we're going to shoot it, it has to look like it can air right now.
Absolutely.
I don't want it to look like it's, a test or it needs to look like we can turn it on and watch it.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what we did. And I felt great about it. When the strike was over, my agent sent it out into the world, and we got calls left and right of people wanting to meet about our show. And, I've been in this business for a very long time, like 30 years. So
wait. Terri,
yes.
30 years and looking 21.
Hey, I don't know how that happens. How can I be 21, but I've been in this business for 30 years?
Good living and treating people well the way that you do, and showing up and bringing other people along. That's
and drinking lots of water and all the things. So I'm used to pitching, so I was getting our team ready for the pitch when we, are setting up these meetings. So our very first meeting was with Tyler Perry Studios.
Wait. You have to stop right there. You don't want to miss this next answer. Stay with me.
At Creative Living Support Services, we believe that everyone deserves to live a life of purpose, independence, and dignity. Whether it's developing daily living skills, securing safe housing, finding meaningful employment, or building community connections, we're here to educate, expose, and empower.
So welcome back to Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted. And if you weren't here for the first half, we're glad you're here right now, because we're going to jump right in, and we're about to hear some juiciness from our sister, Terri J. Vaughn. Terri, when we went to break, we were talking about this amazing meeting that came about because you were ready, not getting ready.
Yeah.
Did you hear me? Ready, not getting ready. So tell me about the meeting with you and Tyler Perry and getting that yes.
So our first meeting was with Tyler Perry Studios, with his team. So he saw the proof of concept and he showed his team and he was like, you guys meet with them about this show. So we're prepped for our pitch. We rehearsed it a couple of times. So it's me, Naya, and Keisha pitching our show. And from the moment we were pitching, all our meetings were Zoom meetings.
Okay.
And they immediately started pitching us why they should be the network to do our show, why they should be the studio. And that happened with that first meeting. And they offered us, we want the show. This is what you get. This is, what our deals are, blah, 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 blah. We want it. Choose us. Oh, okay. So you're saying that this is an offer on the table. Okay, sir. We have like 30 more meetings today. We'll get back to you. Every meeting was like that. Every meeting was an offer. Every meeting they were pitching us why they should do the show.
Terri, I feel like jumping up, running around the room.
Every meeting. It was amazing. And in the end, of course, we chose Tyler Perry for several reasons. But he was the choice, and he was definitely the right choice. And it has been such an amazing, blessed journey, ride.
I can only imagine, because I can see on your face so much.
Yeah.
I see the answered prayers on your face.
Yeah.
From going to the meeting and getting the deal and everybody wanting a product that Terri J. Vaughn poured her heart and her soul into, where you made good use of your time during the strike when
Yes.
people were saying, oh, if I had more time, I would do this or that. Terri, you did that.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
all of that.
And so many of us, we were devastated because our jobs went away.
Yes.
Like I had jobs already set up, like to take me into the new year. But I don't know, God is just amazing. He needed those jobs to go away for me to pick up that show because I wouldn't have picked it up. It's just been sitting on my shelf.
That was his way to get your attention,
Yeah.
to say, Terri, it's
Yeah.
time for me to birth what I placed in you.
Yes. Now's the time.
Now is the time.
Yeah.
No more waiting. What I'm wondering is, what is an aha moment that you had on set that made you feel like, you know what, this is really something special?
Oh my God, there were so many. So many. Seeing my cast members, people that I chose.
Yes.
Now we're on set working together. Working side by side with TP was incredible. The biggest thing I've heard him say, well, he drops so many gems, so many. One of the biggest ones lately that he has dropped on me is, and it wasn't just to me, it was to a group of other Black women. Your dreams are not big enough. Dream bigger. Bigger. So I was like, oh my God, I got more to do. I got to get even bigger. Like, this is huge for me. But listening to him, there's more. There's more.
And you look like it's more.
I know. And I don't know what that more is, but I am so excited about it and totally going after it.
And we are excited, and we're going to make sure that we support it. Terri, I know that you have taken bold steps in your career. And I know that this is probably a question that a lot of people want to know. What made you decide that it was time for you to go behind the camera and become a director? And I think on this specific project, you're in it and doing some of the directing.
Yeah, so for this particular project, I haven't directed yet. We've shot 16 episodes for our first season. Yes, first season on Netflix.
Wait.
Yeah.
I am one of these people that I have to celebrate right then and give the hand clap right then and tell you, sister, we see you, we hear you, we support you. That is not easy to do, not just one episode, but 16 episodes of a show that was on your heart. So
It's amazing.
I don't just go through life lightly. Oh, good job. I need the world to know that I am proud to sit here today on the set of Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted with this amazing woman who is going after her dreams and then showing us what it looks like, feels like, and can be when you pursue your dreams.
Yeah.
So I had to take that moment, and it's my show. So we're going to go back to, I know the 16 episodes
Yes.
are shot.
Yes.
Is there going to be any of the episodes that you are actually going to direct as well?
So I do plan to direct. I had no desire to direct our first season. Just wanted to get grounded. It's a lot of work that we do in a short amount of time, working at Tyler Perry Studios. So I didn't want to put that pressure on myself because directing is a whole thing. And it takes your full attention. And I could not have imagined playing the lead character on this show.
I'm so excited.
and directing everybody. I can't even fathom that. I don't even know if I'm ready for that when we get our second season, because we will.
And we're claiming the second
yes.
season.
Yes.
And
So my
third
thought
and
was that
fourth.
I will do it in the second season, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But I am the executive producer on the show as well. So it's just such a blessing.
Terry, I cannot stop smiling
I
at
know,
you.
me too.
I'm just so excited. Because look at this. From Italy to
Yeah.
Disney
Yeah.
to BET and all the things in between.
Cheryl, and I asked, when we were putting all of this together, when we were prepping for the pitches and that whole journey, it was of course it was really hard, but it was so fulfilling. Like
Yes.
each step, I was like, oh God, is it really going to happen? Oh God, should I call this person? Oh God. And I just kept going. That's what I kept getting. Keep going. Yes, keep going. Oh, that money didn't come through. That's okay. Keep going. And one of the biggest things, because, I was writing and journaling along that journey, was that I wanted the show to be on Netflix. I wanted to get multiple offers so I can choose the right person. Like everything I said happened. Everything. So it really was just a matter of me trusting that I could do it. Because I think, even though I always believed I could have my own show, because I've been believing that for 20 years and been working on that and pitching shows for 20 years. At this point, when we were in the midst of this, it was a different kind of belief. It was different. It was just different. And I don't know how to tell people. I do know how to tell people. I just tell them. I know you believe, but do you believe enough?
That's it.
Do you believe enough? No.
And that is a lot of it. And as I listen to you, Terry, I see several things, but two things I want you to hear me very clearly
Are
on.
you about to make me cry again?
No. You are a master class in and of itself. But as I sit here and I listen to you right now, what I would love for you to consider is the next time that you're on set, that you talk to your team about the power of manifestation and repeat exactly what you just said, because as I'm sitting here, I feel like I'm about to jump out my seat because of what you said in believing that this was a different type of belief. This was a different feeling. And I think when we express that to people, that when you truly believe, no matter what anybody else says, it's a different type of feeling, right?
Yes.
The manifestation, it feels different. When people come to you with certain projects, is there a feeling that you have that makes you say, yes, I want to do this project? Or how do you select the projects?
Yeah, it's definitely a feeling. And, because I've been that person that has stuff that I want to pitch, have stuff I want to share, get feedback on, I always try to be really open to receiving and doing what I can. And the interesting thing about this moment that I'm in is that I have to find a way to start to shift that a little bit, because I have to find a different way to protect myself because of the places that I'm stepping into now.
Absolutely.
It can't be so carefree and kind of frivolous where, and just irreverent, and I'm just like, oh yeah.
Absolutely.
It does have to be a little different. So I'm always, because I am a content creator, and I want to have a stack of projects that I have in my arsenal. I have to trust my feeling. And I like to laugh. I want to tell stories that teach us stuff, but also brings joy. The interesting thing about this project, too, is, again, going back to divine timing, right? So I definitely have an arsenal of content. I still have some that are thoughts of my own that I have written down. I have some stuff that other friends have brought me that I love, that I have. But again, it's the timing is everything, and so I have to. I'm learning how to trust myself with timing, like what should be the next one. So I'm just kind of open to how God is presenting things, how the universe is closing some doors, opening some doors. I'm just really paying attention, because what the things that are happening with She the People, I could have never planned the things that are happening. It's a political satire, yes. The climate that we're living in right now is prime material for my show. And I had no idea that these things were going to be happening. Even while we were shooting, the whole Kamala being in position to run for president, that stuff happened while we were already working. And I'm like, oh my God, we could not have timed this. It's God, it's divine. It was for such a time as this was for this show. And so for any other project that comes my way, I'm just kind of paying attention to, do I feel like, is this time, is something leaning towards this right now? So again, it's just a feeling.
And I know with you, Terri, you are big on feelings. How is it going to make you feel? How is it going to affect your work and the projects that you have going on? And I know that you have a team of people that you work with. What would you say is your leadership style?
Fun.
I love that.
I'm like, yes, we have to be serious, but we have to have fun. It's so funny. I was just driving here today with Shay, my assistant, and I was telling her that there's so many things going on right now, given that the show is getting ready to come out.
Yes.
Just being pulled in a lot of directions. We have a lot of press that we're in the midst of right now. And so making sure that the makeup is, we got the makeup schedule, the hair schedule, what am I wearing, what is the stylist? And so I was telling her that I find myself, I've been being so serious and kind of getting a little anxious and a little stressed, like just trying to make sure all the pieces are together and that this person is going to show up on time and this person is getting the clothes for next week in New York. Like, it's all this stuff coming together. And I was like, Shay, I have to lean on y'all and
Yes.
trust that everything is happening as I want them to happen, so I can go back to having fun. 'Cause I was like, oh my God, this is an amazing time in my life. This is huge. I need to be laughing and having fun the whole time. And when I am not, and I feel like for the past couple of weeks, I've been more stressed than having fun, I was like, oh no, I got to fix that. Because this is about having fun.
It is.
It's like we go to work and we do some great things, and I know the power of what we do and when it goes out into the world and what that power represents, how it makes people feel. I know the power of it. But it is fun to get to do it. It's really fun to play this character. It's a lot of work,
yes.
but it's fun, and I love it, and it's what I want to do. So I'm a fun leader, I think. Shay, I'm fun, right?
Yes, I can tell you're fun. And if you want to come back and have fun with us and enjoy some laughter, come back with us after the commercial break for more Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted. We'll be right back.
Ever wish someone would just walk you through investing? Step by step, no jargon, and no judgment? Meet Janelle Quinn, founder of Empowered Investor, a powerhouse financial educator helping everyday people build real wealth through clarity, strategy, and support. She's created the 3-5 Wealth Community on the Circle app, a space to connect, grow, and have real conversations about how we can support each other financially. It's more than coaching, it's a movement. Ready to take the first step? Visit the website to sign up and join the Empowered Investor Movement today.
And so we're back. If you were here for the last few moments of before we went on commercial break, we were laughing and we were having fun. So of course, I had to come right back in and ask something really funny.
Okay, what?
Terry, people still talk about Lovita.
Oh yeah, that's my girl.
And for good reason. What do you think has made that character so timeless and that we still love her?
Yeah. She was fun. Lovita was very, first of all, we all know, we are either her or we know her. We either know her or we of her. So she was always a really fun character for me. She represented so much of my life, so many of the people that I know, the neighborhood that I grew up in. So for me, I know that God gave me that because he knew that I would care for her very well. She wasn't just a character to me. She was a person. She was a living, breathing person because I know her. I know my girlfriends that I grew up with. I know her. And so, you know, I just think that people love people that they can relate to,
Yes.
that is flawed, but in the most beautiful, fun, authentic, loving, crazy way, because she was all those things. She was just a girl that was very colorful, grew up in the hood, got a job, fell in love. You know, girls from the hood like love too. They want love, they want a SETI, they want a good job, they want kids. And so that's all Lovita wanted. She wanted love and a good life and kids.
And you gave that character such life. I mean, I tuned in just for that
Yay.
character. What do you feel like is the future of storytelling? And what role do you think Black women play in shaping that narrative?
Oh, we play a big role. We play a big role in life. The chaos in life is because there's a piece of humanity that just is not wanting to accept that. And if they just accept it and go with the flow, they would realize that life would be so much better. We're only here for love and kindness and
Yes.
nurturing and healing and uplifting. That's all we're about, period. No matter what color you are, we will nurture and take care
Yes.
and heal and uplift anyone that comes in our presence that needs it. That's just who we are. And so as creatives, it's the same. It's like our stories, our narratives, we'll continue to tell them. We're not going to stop. No matter what, we'll always do it. So it's not going anywhere. So it's just up to us that we're representing and making this for. It's up to us to support it, to really support it, because we're going to keep creating it.
Forever. What makes you feel ageless right now?
You know, having joy makes you feel ageless, and that's why I think joy is so important. So my kids bring me joy, my work brings me joy, spending time like this brings me joy. I love my girlfriends, my connections. Getting massages bringing me joy.
Oh, and let's not forget the facials. I follow
like
your
all
facial
of that.
journeys.
It brings me joy to take care of myself. Brings me joy. Spending time with God. I have an altar set up in my closet that I sit at every morning. That brings me joy. Creating and doing what I want in life.
When did you do something that truly made you feel fearless, even when you were scared?
Calling Keisha.
Noah, as I asked that question, I felt in my spirit that that's exactly what you were going to say, because that's what we discussed at the top of our interview, how you knew you had to make that phone call and that you were going to do it afraid, and it's been life-changing.
It's been life-changing.
And finally, what's one thing you're doing in this season of life that's completely unscripted?
I think what I touched on earlier, again, showing up with no mask everywhere I go. I'm totally just me. I'm totally just free. And it feels so good even saying it right here, right now. I am unscripted. You're going to just get me. That's it. If you invite me, it's going to be me. And, you know, if you don't like a loud laugh sometimes, if you don't like to hear the truth in the most loving, kind way, if you don't want that, then don't invite me into the room, because if I'm invited into the room, you're going to get just that.
And I feel that. And I cannot stop. I mean, I hope you could feel the smile that I have on the inside. It's coming out on the outside, but I have to tell you, the smile on the inside is even brighter
I see it
than
in your
the smile
eyes.
on the outside.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Terri, you've played so many roles, and now you're creating worlds as a director. For anyone afraid to pivot, to grow, to bet on their next chapter, what would you say to encourage them to be bold in their story?
I would say you hold the power to create the life you want. And if you see it, if it brings you chills or joy, it is your duty to go after it. You do not have to know how.
No.
You don't have to know when. It took me 20 years. You don't have to know how. You don't have to know when. You just have to believe enough and take the steps.
Yes.
Take the tiny steps. God will start to reveal, bring people in, if you are intentionally moving forward in your belief in what He has dropped into your mind, your spirit, and your heart to do.
Yes.
It is your duty to move forward. Only you control that. You can do it or you cannot do it. So I would say put yourself to the test. And what does it feel like to not do it?
Yes.
What does it feel like if you imagine if you do it? Choose which feeling you want.
That's powerful. Terri and we thank you for being here with us today for Ageless, Fearless, and Unscripted. You know I cannot leave you on this note. So if you were with us at the top of the hour for my opening conversation with my sister and my friend, Terri J. Vaughn, you're in for a treat right now. Because we're not going to close this segment out without hearing some rapper's delight. Terri, if you could close us out.
Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni soggy, the peas are mush, and the chicken tastes like wood. And then you try to play it off like you think you can by saying that you're full. And then your friend says, Mama, he just being polite. He ain't finished. That's bull. And so your heart starts pumping and you think of a lie and you say that you already ate. And then your friend says, man, there's plenty of food. So he piles some more on your plate. And while the sticky food's steaming, your mind starts to drool. Another moment, it's time to leave. And so you look at your plate and your chicken's still rotten and it's something that looks like cheese. And so you say, that's it, I gotta leave this place. I don't care what you people think. I'm just sitting here making myself nauseous with this ugly food that stinks. And so you bust out the door while it's still cold, still sick from the food you ate. And then you run to the store for quick relief for a bottle of KO Pectate. And then you call your friends a few weeks later to see how he has been. And he says, I understand about the food, baby, bubba, we still friends. And then hip hop, the hip to the hippity hip hip hop. You don't stop the rocket to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to be.
We did that.